Oh, we should be coming back here in a quick second. Everything's spinning back up. All right, there we are. So, where we're at, we were talking about what we've been playing. I'm just going to end it right there so we can move on to our next section. Um, you know, Rob didn't play anything. Mark and I both played Rocket League in the Division beta, and Mark also played Just Cause 3. So, and I also played Diablo 3. So, but we will move forward so then we can get things done. So, before
I
we
think
go
you
to
need
the
to reposition the Skype windows, by the way.
oh, I do. Sorry.
Wow, that looks ugly.
Yep, there we go. It was the our comment section was brought up. So, before we start into the round table, we have two forms or two methods where anybody who listens or watches the show can contribute, I guess, if you want to say, or donate to the show. One is patreon.com/this Xbox Life to become a patron, which is more of a monthly subscription. And then, other than that, you have the tip jar, which is twitchalerts.com/donate/this Xbox Life. So, and that is about it for that. So, roundtable. I have one thing on here to talk about now. We're going to kind of piggyback off a voicemail that we got from a listener for another topic to talk about. But this one here was just kind of something I saw on the internet, and it was from the producer for Gears of War 3, Rod Ferguson, and he stated that Gears of War 4 will be a graphical showcase for the Xbox One. Now, Gears of War, the original, all of us have played, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
And Gears of War is actually one of the games that sold me on Xbox One. When I saw it, I was just blown away. Looked amazing. The gameplay was awesome. Cover system. I mean, just everything. A little bit sticky on the roadie run or whatever that was. I remember those kind of problems, but multiplayer, everything. The game was fantastic. Um, with that game there, as great as it looked and how it showcased for the Xbox 360, the game, there was a gameplay and everything was there. It was a blast. I had fun. I loved the game. I loved the series. When I hear something like this being said, it's kind of it's worrisome a little bit for me, but also I'm really excited because like I want it to look great. I want it to be like the Gears of War for 360. Gears of War 4. I want it to be that graphical showcase. Um, but then I get a little nervous because it's like, are we in this like graphics makes everything? Are we going to suffer with gameplay? Are we going to suffer with story because it has to look so pretty? I mean, we've made comments last couple weeks like, a game doesn't have to look like the best thing ever to be a great game. It just has to be a good game. So to me, I'm not worried when I saw this, but I wanted to hear how you guys feel about it. Is it something that kind of makes you like cringe a little bit, like oh no, what are they going to do, or is it just like it's going to be great type of scenario? So what do you guys think?
So
Go
when
ahead,
they
Rob.
say graphical showcase, do they mean pixel art?
No,
No.
I think what they're
It's
meaning
not going
is
to be an 8-bit game?
no, no. I think they're saying like 1080p, 60 frames a second. Uh, you
It's going
know,
to look pretty.
people look real. Real looks real. You're
You
almost going
know,
to think that it's real, real.
The water will look
that's
amazing.
that's nothing special. That's we expect that nowadays.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we expect the games to look nice and in the way they are set. I mean, 8-bit games look awesome for 8-bit games and stuff like that, but you know, Gears of War 4, it's like one of our big titles for this fall. Look how great Quantum Break
Sure.
looks, right?
Oh,
Look how
amazing.
great amazing that looked. Um how nice does XCOM 2 look on the PC, Mark? It looks fantastic. If you have a $5,000 computer to run it in ultra
Oh,
high settings.
yeah, I would imagine it looks good.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Yeah. But take XCOM 2 for instance, like they made theirs look so awesome and so great that it just won't run on most PCs or there's issues there.
Well,
So
you won't have that problem though here.
I
I mean,
hope
they're
not.
developing for Xbox One,
Right.
so
Yeah.
everybody's hardware is the same. So
Right.
I just think it's I don't know. The thing is like I've seen this and heard this a lot before, and then what it turns out to be, it's like someone who is a developer or a graphic artist or something, they might notice it, but like most people probably won't notice what they're talking about. Like, well, look, you can see everybody in the crowd is different, or the volumetric smoke, or they do these things where like, wow, it's amazing, and it's like it probably will go unnoticed by most people. It almost seems like the games nowadays they all look, any AAA title typically looks amazing. I don't notice, like, I don't expect to, when they say it's going to be a graphical powerhouse or whatever. I'm like, oh, so you think it's just going to make, is it going to make, when I hear that, then it's like, okay, that means Quantum Break's going to look like garbage, or Rise, Son of Rome is going to look like garbage.
Hmm.
Some of these games that have been known to look so amazing, that does that mean they're going to just look like garbage because they're just Gears is going to be so amazing? No, I don't think so. It'll probably be like, yeah, looks just as good as Quantum Break or any other recent AAA title, Tomb
Right.
Raider, whatever. They the games look great.
Right.
The Division looks great. I
Yeah.
mean, there's so much detail and in there that it's just like, wow, there's a lot of stuff. So I don't. To me, it almost seems weird nowadays to even say something like that. And then again, I think I take it in perspective of, again, they're going to say that they're hyping their game, but when
They
it
have
really
to.
comes down to it, are we going to notice it as a gamer? Are we going to be just like blown away, like my head exploded because it was so beautiful, or we just pop it in and go, "Yay, it's Gears, woohoo!"
Right.
and don't notice this powerhouse of graphics? So
Yeah. I just like I said, I'm not worried, I'm not concerned. I'm thinking it's going to look great, and it's going to play great. It's just, like what you're saying is like, I don't really understand why this has to be said. The only thing that pops in my mind though, it's just like, are you saying this and I should worry because you're going to try to do so much graphical, like look how real it looks, where I'm going to be doing QTEs the entire game, or I'm going to be on rails, or I'm not going to
well,
be.
you're going to
Am
be
I
on
going to be
rails.
playing the game? I mean, I know, I
It's a
know.
Gears of
Gears
War game.
Gears is linear. I understand, but almost like more on rails than anything else. Like, I'm really not playing the game. I'm more like picking choices because they have to have, you know, everything else has to be just running the graphics, to where there's nothing else there to do. But I'm not saying that's
I
what it's going to happen. I really
I
don't think that's
know.
it.
I mean, look how good Gears of War 3 looked on the
Yeah.
360, for crying
Hmm.
out loud. They got a lot more hardware now to
Yeah.
work with, and I would expect it to look better, but I mean, it's kind of like already a gimme. It's to me, it's a stupid comment by him, because I think everybody expects, the games always looked good on the 360. Now they got some amazing hardware, so we expect it to look better. So I don't. It's just a way to, I don't know. To me, it's almost a clickbaity type of
Right.
comment.
Just saying something to get in the news.
Yeah, and now they got us talking about it,
Right.
which, to me, it doesn't even warrant talking about. It's just, yeah, it's going to look better, duh,
Yeah.
better. And yeah, it's probably just them trying to, because Judgment didn't do very good. Well, they didn't make it. They let some other, was it People Can Fly? Did it? I think it was the people that did Bulletstorm, which was an awesome game, by the way. I'd love to see Bulletstorm 2 come to Xbox One.
Well, I
But
mean, this is what's the studio called now? The whatever.
Is it Black Tusk? that's
Well, it's
doing it?
Coalition or something now.
Or
Whatever
the Coalition?
they changed their
That's
name
right.
to be like the Gears Studio. So
That's right. Yeah,
yeah,
it's Coalition. You're correct.
yeah. But
So I don't think it's I think it's not even really honestly not even worth discussing.
okay,
So
I just saw it. Want to throw it out there. Sorry. But speaking of Gears, can I ask you a question, Mark?
I wasn't. I'm sorry, Broad. I wasn't trying to say that it wasn't worth us
I
discussing.
know, I know.
That you. That's not the way I meant that, and I apologize. It came
Like
across. Yeah, it's not what I meant.
had to find something to talk about.
I think Rod Ferguson's making more out of than what it
Yeah.
really is worth. So
Mountains out of molehills. Is that the
yeah,
same?
it's they're probably trying to compensate for bad sales of Gears of War, Judgment, and Clifford Blazinski being gone and not part of it. Or they got a new quote. People view it as a new developer, and
I
I think that's all it is. Is they're trying to the hype train's going to start.
yeah
But this is a Microsoft franchise that is a big. It's just like Halo, dude. They're not going to let it. Microsoft will not let this fail.
yeah
So,
yeah it's too big to fail in my mind. But
oh, it can fail,
yeah,
but I don't think Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft. This is one of their big franchises. This is one of their babies. So
right.
they will ensure that this thing gets this proper treatment.
Not to go back to Rocket League, but I want to know: have you unlocked the Gears vehicle or the Warhog yet?
I think the Warthog's the only one I'm missing. I've got the Scarab, and I've got the Gears of War. I forgot what it's called.
What's the Scarab from?
The Scarab is in Halo.
That little vehicle? That's a different thing, I believe.
Doesn't Halo have the Scarab? Isn't that?
Yeah,
I
but
thought that's what it was. I
it's
could have
not.
swore that. I thought that was an homage to Halo.
I
'Cause it
don't.
was called the Scarab, but
I thought they were. Well, I
no,
thought,
I've got one vehicle left unlocked. But it's what's weird is when I highlight the empty spot, it says Gears of War to the right. It doesn't say Halo.
yeah, I have two cars to unlock. I love how random it is because I don't know what level I am, 14 or 15 or something like that. And it's like I got two vehicles left, and I know some people that unlocked the Warhog at like 9.
I think I'm a level 14 or 15, and I only got one vehicle left to unlock.
Yeah,
So,
but
and it's definitely the Warthog.
yeah, yeah, I can't wait to unlock those two. But yeah, that was the one thing before we got cut off. I was going to say it's like playing competitive mode. I'm what is it, enlisted 3 or whatever, like the silver with 3 lines is what we unlocked in one of those things. So, but all right. So I mean that's the main real topic. I know we round topic. We have multiple topics to talk about. Our next one is actually attached to the voicemail that we got from We Are All Devo. So we're gonna kick into community. We're gonna play that, and then we're gonna talk about our next thing. So everybody cool with that? We're good with that?
Sounds good.
All right. Rob, anything else on Gears? You excited for it?
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm.
Yeah.
Do you play games, Rob?
I apparently play more Xbox than you do, but no.
How's that?
I don't know. It's gone to community.
We're going to have a intervention of not playing Xbox games too. No. All right. So community, everybody go out there to cafepress.com/thisxboxlife. Get your community gear while you can. The more purchasing, the longer it will survive. It may not be up forever, so head out there and get it while it's hot. Or not hot, however we want to say that. So multiple ways in the community to get a hold of us. You can send us a voicemail via our website at thisxboxlife.com, or you can send us an email at contact@thisxboxlife.com. Voicemails are also on the main site, and on the right-hand side, it'll say send voicemail, follow the prompts, and you can send one in, and we'll be hearing one here briefly in a moment. And twitter.com/thisxboxlife, and our main community hub that we mainly focus on, more discussion there is facebook.com/groups/this Xbox Life. So closed group, but we just kind of do some preliminary checks and then allow you to come on in. So with that, let me go back to voicemails here. And we are going to hear one from We Are All Devo. So here we go.
Hey guys, this is Jay Mill, also known as We Are All Devo from Xbox Live. Got a couple quick things. I put this on the Facebook page, but I guess you guys didn't respond. I thought maybe you guys could contact Rocket League and see if you could get a TXL flag put in the community folder, so we could wear that flag while playing Rocket League. Just a thought, anyway. And also the second thing would be, is there like a place that we could all sign up when the Division comes out so we could all like find each other like on the day it comes out and stuff to play? I know on the Facebook page a lot of people said I'll be on, add me and all this stuff, but then it was kind of hard to find people too. So anyway, if you could let us know if there's any way, something like we could sign up with our names or something like that when Division comes out, that'd be cool. So it'd be easy to find somebody. But anyway, I guess that's it. Enjoy the show. Thanks for doing it. And I guess that's it. So remember, de-evolution is real. So be stiff.
All right. Thank you for the email. And Rob, I think we lost your camera. Little, I like how he goes with, all in with the Devo stuff there. So even references something Devo at the end. So first, to answer your first question, I can look up to see if we can put in a request to have our flag put in, or if you can. I don't even know if you can or not. It does say community flag, so maybe it's something as simple as making a request. The problem is when we make a request, we have the word Xbox in ours, so we always have to be, looking out for that. But I'll definitely look it up and see. And I did see your Facebook post when you did mention that. It got me to thinking to look into forums, and I just didn't get to it this weekend. So I will make a mental note to do that. For the next question. So right now, we don't have anything where we can sign up or put our information down to put in to figure out like who's playing the Division. Rob or Mark was saying, obviously we have our friends list and everything like that. And it kind of sparked me to say, well, you know what? Ubisoft hasn't mentioned anything like clan support, anything on their website, similar to things that we've seen for Destiny, Battlefield, Forza, Call of Duty. I mean, Halo. I think if you name it, there's something out there where it's just like, oh, you can build your own community, or oh, you can bring in people and make them in ranks and do this and that. And Mark said, Mark came out and was like, do we even need that anymore? So Mark, I'll let you drive it here. Kind of what made you say that. So go ahead.
Well, no, my thought was we've had like these websites for these clan websites for Call of Duty, Battlefield, various different games, Halo. We've got a Halo clan. I just have never seen any of those things really work. I've people will join them, and then I don't ever see us using those tools to get together to find stuff. It just seems like, and like for myself, I just boot up, see what people are playing. If I see several people playing the game I want to play, I'll shoot them a party invite and say, hey, let's get a game going. So I just kind of, I know some people really like clan support. I just wonder, do we really need clan support? What does it really give to us? I don't know if we really need it in the division. I understand he wants to hook up and let's get a game going. I would say for us in our community, let's just use the group. People in our Facebook group are going, hey, I want to get a group. I've seen it with Siege lately.
Right.
People saying, hey, anybody want to play some Siege? I'm going to play at this time, and then get some people that can join you at that same time. I just think that's probably a little easier than, because these clan tools, they always require you to go out to a website, and it's like you got to log in, and you've got to. It's like you got to take an extra step when I can just hop on my Xbox and see who's playing.
Yeah.
Or go to the Facebook and say, hey, I'm going to be playing this at this time. If anyone wants to join me, let me know. And to me, that just seems easier than a clan page, so to speak. But
Yeah, and anytime, and I agree with you because I've been in the Destiny one and Battlefield, and it's like I'm in every single one of them. And if you're an admin of them, you have to go out and look at each one, and then they only kind of stay popular, or people only really keep up on them while the game's hot, per se, or in the first couple weeks, and then it kind of falls off. If it's not built into the game, like literally into the UI of the game, they usually just don't last, and they just don't work out. And I prefer not to have them now. It just leads to more work. Yes, there are the diehard ones, like if you have a huge community. But I agree that using the Facebook group is probably the best place to go. And here's the other thing that kind of leads me to it is when you look at PC, let's say WoW, for instance, it's big. You have 25 person, groups or clans and stuff going at it at the same time. Here we got 4. So you could have a community or a group on a website that's 30 people, just say 30. And those 30 people can't play together. Once you have more than 4, it's kind of like, oh, now what do we got to do now? It's like, what do we have to do to get more than 4? Because that's really all you can team up with. Now, we've been trying to figure out if this would work at work, is if we get 3 out of the 4, 1 drops out, because we've done this in Battlefield before. 3 out of the 4 join, 1 drops out, and then everybody else joins on the one that dropped out, and then 1 joins back into the that open spot. So like in the Dark Zone and the Division, could Rob, Mark, and myself, and let's say who's Gunny Chief, Gunny Chief all join forces, and then I pop out and Hawk jumps in with Mark, and then I get We Are All Devo, and I get Brentley, and I get trying to think of another person off the top of my head, Nighthawk, I get those things. So now all of a sudden we got 2 groups of 4. We're all partied up together, and then we can run the Dark Zone as 4, as long as we don't shoot somebody else in the other party, and then we all go rogue. That's the only way I can think of getting more than 4. And it's really interesting because I don't know where the number 4 came from. Like, why is it a group of 4? To me, that seems like it's a limit that they put on games because of the old consoles and stuff like that. Like, we can have up to 12 people in an Xbox Live party. We should be able to have 12 people in a group, but I don't know. It's their game. They probably have a good reason for it. But I agree with you, Mark, as far as, when you first said that, and we're like, hey, let's make this a topic. I really don't think we need another site like that.
And I don't think I would want more than, I think the limit of 4. Can you imagine playing in the Dark Zone and running in a goop into a clan of 12 or whatever people all running together? Everyone would not have a shot.
I'm looking for 6. I don't know why I want the number.
I think 4 is good.
See, and I think I would like to have 6, because it always seems like, I always feel like no matter what game we play, we're always 2 slots short.
Well, yeah,
So
but then if you can get too many people in the game, and then it doesn't make it any fun.
yeah,
Because even with four, I think when you're doing just like a campaign mission in the division, a lot of times it's almost like you kind of left out, or they're everybody's killing everybody, and it can go by pretty quick. Except for like a boss where you definitely then it's like okay, I need 12 people, but
right.
I think I've done some Dark Zone pretty good, uh, quite a few times, and I liked the way it runs
Right.
with four people. It,
Yeah,
it just seems like a really good amount of, and yeah, it looks like we've lost his camera. Is he still with us?
he's still in there. I see him still in
Yeah, I'm
Zencaster
here.
stuff. So
Okay.
just no camera, Rob.
It's Skype. No, it's working. I see it on my end. I don't see Wing, and there's something's up with Skype.
Uh, gotta love Skype. I really dislike them. But yeah, yeah. I mean, four or six, and that's fine. But as far as to answer, I'm gonna call him Devo for short. Devo's question. I think the Facebook group for now would be the best place. I guess if Ubisoft releases something that would handle that, then I would almost feel obligated to go create the community. But
Yeah.
I almost would like to have somebody in the community run this one. You know what I mean? I really do, because I've tried to run all the other ones, and they just die off too easy. Yeah, it's crazy how quick it's there and then it's gone.
Yeah.
So and it's probably good. Like, I don't think Ubisoft has to build one like that. But if we have to do something on our end, maybe we can create another one of those spreadsheets or something that we do for
We,
our
we
gamer
just need to
tags
do
or
Friday
something.
Night Live again. We just need to kick off Friday Night Live and start doing that.
Yeah.
And just getting people together, you jump into our parties, and and we get you in where we can.
Yeah. All right. I have an idea.
Uh-oh.
Friday Night Live. This Friday, which will be the 26th. We'll do our first Friday Night Live back, and I pick Rocket League. I think that's a simple. You can get four. You can do 4-on-4, 3-on-3, private parties. We're all against each other. I think that'd be a perfect game to do. So does that sound like a plan?
I'd be down with that. I could
Okay.
probably do that this Friday.
Yeah. Let's shoot for.
I'll be a lot much later though.
Well, and that's the one
And I'm
cool
3
thing.
hours behind you, so
Well, that's the one cool thing too, is we have a lot of people in on your side. So like, if we start at 9 p.m. Eastern, if I jump on and play to 9, 10, 11 o'clock, 11:30, and you're rolling in, or you come in and start playing too, then you can take it from there on out and make it extend the time a little bit longer.
there you go.
So I'll start at 9 Eastern,
We
and
need to get Robin there too in the middle.
yeah, Rob, go by Rocket League.
Peer pressure.
Yep. So, and we'll go from there. I think that'll be fun. So, but and then that'll get us rolling into some FNLs, and then when Division comes out, we'll maybe move into that game after that. Cool. Anything else for that? Nope. All right.
Looks like we already got someone in the Twitch channel already gonna join us for Rocket League. So Ed
Cool.
Corners says I'm in for Rocket League.
Oh, okay.
So that'll
Send
be
Yeah. Send a friend's request. Send one out to me, BJ Swick 33. And
I'll even post it in our group right now that
Okay.
we're gonna do it. It's official, so
nice.
I'll get it in there.
So, and who requested Friday Night Live to be back? Was that Brentley? I think he might have been the one that sent in the question a couple weeks ago, asking if we had a community thing going. Can't exactly remember. Apologize if I'm saying that wrong. But all right. Well, nothing else as far as the community. But we do have retail releases. Crazy list for Xbox One, but I'll let Rob earn his money here.
All right. So for this week for Xbox One, As Brian said, there's a ton of stuff. So we have, first off, Agatha Christie's The ABC Murders, then Far Cry Primal, then Walking Dead, Michonne Episode 1, Into Deep. What kind of game is this? Did you guys hear about this one at all?
Which one?
Walking Dead,
I
Michonne.
that's all I know is it's a spin-off. But I was going to say something about this game when you came across it because it's The Walking Dead, Michonne dash episode 1, Into Deep. I don't know what they have to do, but I think that's a bit much when it comes to a title of a game. I think you're just trying to break into too many things at that point in time. It's just a side story of The Walking Dead, just starring Michonne. So
Is it Telltale?
yeah,
Oh,
I believe so. Yeah,
All right. Anyway, moving on.
yeah.
Plants and Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Then The Flame in the Flood. That one's coming out on the 24th. And Tiny Troopers Joint Ops. Xbox 360 just has The Walking Dead Michonne Episode 1 Into Deep. Also, we're into the tail end of the month now. So that means different titles for Games with Gold. For Xbox One for February, we recently just started Styx Master of Shadows. That'll be going until the middle of March. And then for a couple more days here, we've got Hand of Fate. That's going to finish up on the 29th of February. That one's actually an interesting little game. Definitely give that one a shot. Xbox 360 just finished up with Sacred Citadel on the 15th. Hopefully grab that one. And then Gears of War 2 started on the 16th and is good for about another week or so.
I know a lot of people got all the Gears games if they bought like the Gears collection. There's been a ton of keys floating around. But the one thing is I think with Games with Gold, if you've been in it long enough, you've actually gotten all 4 Gears games for free from those guys. So
Good deal.
complete the whole set. But all right.
Oh, yeah. All right. And then lastly, did want to mention that if you make any purchases on Amazon, please use our affiliate link. That helps the show out tremendously. Doesn't cost you anything extra. In order to do this, just go to this xboxlife.com, click on the Amazon link. That'll take you to Amazon, where you can search and make your purchases. Do that each and every time that you're shopping on Amazon. And we get a teeny tiny itty bitty portion of the sale. It does not cost you anything extra, but they just kind of reward us for sending you their way. And lastly, if you're on iTunes, find the show on there, rate us 5 stars, give us a little review if you could. That'll help us out also by helping us become a featured podcast in the iTunes store.
Mark,
and that's it.
Yeah, Mark, you question for the community from I think the Twitch chat.
Yes. And this was something I had mentioned to you guys earlier before we started. Looks like we might be getting a BioShock collection coming to Xbox One.
Very cool.
And so I was curious, Todd was asking what we thought about that. My personal thought is I think it's cool because they're all of them are great games. The second one, in my opinion, is probably the weakest of them. But the first and the first game, and then what was it, the last one, Infinite? They were just a blast. They were amazing games. I think it's cool. I wouldn't myself like rebuy them or replay them. I just kind of like to always move on. I usually don't like to go back and redo stuff. Sometimes there's a rare game that's worth it, but I think the original BioShock is one I probably would not mind going back and playing again. But I think it's cool for people who may not have ever played those to see a whole collection come. That would be sweet, and that'd be a great package.
Oh, yeah.
What about you guys?
Yeah,
I would definitely get it.
Yeah. I don't know if I would get it, but I do agree, like, for the people that have not played them, that it's something, like, you should definitely go get. Now, are the BioShocks not backwards compatible? Because I thought they're hitting the backwards compatibility list.
Yeah, I think, but the backward the backwards compatible is typically, it's not any kind of upgrade.
Oh,
I
no,
believe this
no.
new package is
Agreed.
going to be an upgraded. All the games will be upgraded visually and
Ooh.
whatnot, and it's all in one package. So you pay like probably $60 and get all of them.
Yeah,
I'm
that
trying to
sounds.
find the story on that. I want to make sure I'm not saying anything incorrectly, but my understanding was it was a package deal where all would be one price.
Yeah, that would be interesting because BioShock 1 was amazing. And it's a game that I really wanted to go back and beat. I should have went back and beat. Because I put a good bit of time into that one, I think. But it started right from the beginning because I always, one game that I always remember is when you first are going underwater and you go down and you kind of are getting ready to walk out of the elevator, I guess, that you go down, and that one splicer just hits you. I mean, doesn't hit you, but like jumps out at you or at the glass or something, like right at the start, and scared the crap out of me. I don't know if anybody remembers what I'm talking about, but it's the first one is definitely a game that you have to play if you have not played it at all. So
Yeah, these are BioShock remasters.
nice.
All three BioShock games could be available in a collection for modern consoles. Let's see. A Brazilian ratings board listed a BioShock the collection bundle headed to both PS4 and Xbox One, suggesting that all three of the retro futuristic games will be remastered to play on modern consoles. No release date, but it comes a few months after a South African store briefly offered a similar collection for pre-orders. So they said they take this with a grain of salt, but I could have swore I just saw another. I thought I saw another link here. It said they confirm it. There's a title here of 2K confirming a brand new BioShock game in 2016, but I think that's separate. So that's possible.
Yeah.
Listing spotting for it, so
Yeah, we'll have to watch. It'll probably be confirmed or something tomorrow, the day after we record.
exactly.
So, but
Even Forbes is listing it, but again, it's leaked information from other countries.
Cool.
So, but I think it'd be good, and I would be something I would definitely recommend to people if they've never played them because they are fantastic games. Right. So it's kind of like I'd like to see the Mass Effect collection.
Yes.
That would be one I would probably definitely play through again. Even I'd love to see Mass Effect 1. Mass Effect 1 would be the hardest one to play through.
Yes.
But I did play a little bit of it when backwards compatibility first came out. I actually did play it because it was available to play. And just playing it a little bit, just like, oh my gosh, I want to play this again. That was one of those, it's like, yes, I want to do this again. But I think it was so good the first time. And I liked the way my storyline went that I don't know if I could play a game like that again, and because I'd want to make the same decisions. Right. I'd have a hard time making the opposite decisions, or I just don't think I could play the game that way because it was so impactful the first time through, and then carrying and how the story carried forward and all that. That it's just like, no, I had a great experience in a story. I kind of don't want to mess with that. By playing it again and trying to make different decisions. Because I tried that at one point where I tried going Paragon all the way. Or no, what is it? Paragon and what's the other one? So basically going good and bad. And I always tend to go very good. And then I remember trying to go bad. And after a while, I just couldn't do it anymore. I didn't like it. I didn't like being the bad guy, so to speak. Not in that type of game, But so I probably, if I did play it again, I'd probably still make the same choices.
Renegade was the bad one. Hawk says.
Renegade and Paragon. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I need to play I still need to go back and beat the third one, but again, I'm almost sitting there thinking like, oh man, I'd have to get my choices carried over from my second one to play the third one on my Xbox One. That's why I'm kind of hoping it would come backwards compatible so I could do that. Instead of a re-release, because then I would have to play all the way through. So, but very true.
Oh, also, I want to do an update real quick. I just thought of.
Okay.
I heard. So we talked about last week. We talked about Quantum Break and Windows 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So I heard Aaron Greenberg was interviewed by Major Nelson this past week, and this topic came up. So here's a little clarification on that. Number one, you only get the Windows 10 version if you pre-order the game.
Okay.
So if you pre-order it for Xbox, you will get the Windows 10 version free. That is, they stated specifically that's a pre-order bonus only. After that, they are separate games that you would have to basically buy. Okay. So also, it's what they call cross save. So what that means is you could play, like, say, chapter 1 on your Xbox, and once you finish that chapter and it's saved, then you could go and pick up from where you saved on your PC on the Windows 10 version.
All right.
You can't, it's not seamless, like you can stop in the middle of it. The way they said it, he said you complete like the chapter where you complete part 1 or what, so let's say the game has 10 chapters. At the end of each chapter, you could save and then switch. So it doesn't sound like you could stop in the middle.
All right.
And then switch over.
It's like a milestone based, you have to hit a certain milestone. I understand that though.
So when you go to the Windows, you're like, yeah, it's going to know you completed this much, and it would continue from that point at the beginning of the next chapter or the next section of the story. Okay. Also, the achievements are not separate; it's just one. So you can't double dip, so to speak. It's the game is one version from that aspect with achievements.
Okay.
So, but I wanted to clarify that for people because I know we had that talk last week.
Cool. Well, thanks. That clears it up for me. I was wondering. So. All right. Well, I do think that was our longest one more thing to a show ever. So.
Oh, wait. Rob's got one more thing.
Nah.
Not today. Not today.
All right. Well, I think that's it for 377. So we will be back with 378, hopefully with fun stories of Friday Night Life. Not that nobody showed up. So that's out there in the Facebook group now. So we will see you then. That's all I got. So I'm Brun, BJ Swick 33.
It's Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Mark, aka Wingman 709, taking off.